Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we have another haul video for the month of June. We'll be covering all the cool stuff I got in May and some June releases as well. Thank you everybody for joining. As always, you can like, comment, subscribe, be a part of the channel by becoming a member. You can join my Discord, the link is down below, or you can follow me on your favorite social media platform and I'm there for you. So with all of that covered, let's get started with the haul. Alright, so the first book that we're going to talk about is Search and Destroy by Atsushi Kaneko, based on Dororo from Osamu Tezuka. This is the second volume published by Fantagraphics with manga splaining extra. We're only one volume away from having the entirety of it on our shelves, and that is pretty awesome. The art on this thing is breathtakingly great. I can't wait to dive in. I loved volume 1. You know what? I'm going to put up the review link towards the end of this video so you can check it out and my thoughts on Search and Destroy. I think it is a really smart, awesome way to reinterpret a classic while adding new ideas and not making it lose its splendor, if that makes sense. But yeah, definitely check this one out. It is really good. From Seven Seas Entertainment, we have two releases here. The first one, A Cat from Our World and the Forgotten Witch by Hiro Kashiwaba. This is the fifth and final volume, a wonderful, wholesome series. There are so many isekai out there that is kind of hard to choose which ones are worth your time. I believe this is one of them. The cast is great. The concept is quirky and silly enough where you chuckle at it, but as you start reading, you can't help but fall in love with this world and of course with the lovely cat who has been isekai'd into this magical world where there are witches and sorcery and all other sorts of hijinks. This one's a little not safe for work, but it is the final volume. I talked about volume 1, so maybe I'll do an updated NSFW video to cover this series. I don't know. I don't think a lot of you would be interested, but this is just me goofing around. Monster Marriage Shop Volume 3. This is pretty silly. There is a lot of ecchi humor, but it has a lot of fun with monster tropes where you have a character that was a pretty big loser, and now he's given an opportunity to shine as a top-tier matchmaker in the monster realm. So yeah, he helps couples hook up. That is something I never thought I would be saying on this channel, but here we are. From Yen Press, we have A Witch's Life in Mongol Volume 1 from Tomato Soup. Now, this is one of the most anticipated manga releases by a lot of people, and I hope to do it justice. I have a first impressions video coming up on the channel, so I am excited to share my thoughts on it. The art looks really impressive. I love how rich in detail it is, while also having fun with its cartoonish style. So kudos on Yen Press for grabbing this highly anticipated release. That is great. This Monster Wants to Eat Me Volume 4. This is a fantastic marriage of genres. You have yokai lore, mermaids, GL, and drama mysteries. This one has a young character that in her hour of despair, this young lady appears and she seems to be the answer to her emotional troubles, but it turns out she's a monster. She's a mermaid and she wants to consume our main character. So does she stay true to her conviction, or does she continues to develop her feelings and friendship towards the main protagonist? We'll have to read on to find out. And I should have mentioned that this manga is written by Sai Naikawa. Hell is Dark with No Flowers Volume 2, art by Ruka Todo, based on the light novel story by Yoru Michio. This is a phenomenal yokai manga, highly recommended. If you want to start reading some darker material with some great visuals, I do recommend this series. It's only 10 volumes. I talked about Volume 1 on the channel not too long ago, but if you're interested, I think this will be worth your time. Essentially, you have crime solving in the supernatural scale, and the sins of these individuals is represented through yokai imagery. Really fun characters, and the cases that they're trying to solve have some moral complexity that makes them really interesting. There's this intrigue throughout each case that keeps you guessing a little bit with how everything will be resolved. Definitely recommend checking this one out. I had a fun time with this one. From Denpa, I believe this is my very first Denpa release that I own. They were 11 from the legendary Moto Hagio. Now, this took a while to come out, so many delays, but we finally have it here. I know there are some QC issues with copies from what I've seen on the internet, but thankfully this book here is a-okay. This is a fantastic release. I did not know it was going to be oversized, much larger than your typical manga, and it is a beautiful presentation. You have the colored pages, you have the extra posters here, and you have a really intriguing story. I don't want to talk about it here on this video because I do have a separate one that I'm working on. I recorded some footage of it, but I haven't finished with that just yet. I want to pay it justice because this is a pretty legendary story from one of the greatest comic creators from Japan, and I feel like I need to take my time with it and give you guys a proper review of it. So apologies on that. I've had this for a while now and I haven't been able to publish that video just yet, but I am working on it. We're moving on to Kodansha. We have Inspector Volume 2, Volume 3, and Volume 4. I told you I was going to catch up. Once I got Volume 1, it was inevitable. So here we are. Now I'm only missing Volume 6. If anyone out there has any leads on Volume 6, do let me know for a decent price, please. But super happy to have Inspector here. The copies are a little bit banged up, but that's okay. Inspector is one of my favorite yokai manga. If you like detective drama with the supernatural, a little bit of humor, a little bit of action here and there, I think you will love Inspector. It has great characters and a love for Japanese folklore that is unmatched in other modern manga, in my honest opinion. Drau Volume 3. This is the final one. A really lovely series. It's a damn shame that it's only 3 volumes. I really enjoy the dark romance aspect to it. It's a vampire story about this vampire girl who falls in love with a human. It's a forbidden romance and there are other mythical creatures here. The art is phenomenal. I cannot stress that enough. Chiyo is an amazing artist and I wish this was a longer series so that the artist could flex their muscle. If you like vampire manga, you might want to check out Drau. I think it will be worth your time. It's nothing revolutionary, but it's still a lot of fun. Gayatima, Volume 1, The Gigantis. This one is by Kent. I talked about this in a previous video on the channel. I think it's a classic kaiju manga in the making. If you guys want to check that out, I'd appreciate it. This is a phenomenal throwback to classic kaiju storytelling with the nuance of modern interpretations of, say, -1 Godzilla or Shin Godzilla, stuff like that. But it has a little bit of everything with amazing, breathtaking artwork. I love how this book looks, and the story is equally as fun, in my opinion. Fighting for Tomorrow, Ashitano Joe hardcover volume 2 from Asao Takamori and Tetsuya Chiba. I really enjoyed volume 1. It was my first time ever reading Ashitano Joe, and I'm really looking forward to talking about this eventually on the channel. I started reading this hardcover. I'm not finished as of this video, but it's a classic, you know? You don't have to love boxing to enjoy a good, dramatic, human story. And that is what Ashitano Joe brings to the ring. Definitely do check it out. I know they can be quite expensive. The retail on this is 60 bucks, but if you know where to shop, you can find them for much less. And last but not least, we got some Viz Media releases. The first one here is Hunter x Hunter, the 3-in-1 Omnibus Editions. I am a big fan of this format. This is a great way to revitalize an older series, in my opinion. I wish Viz would do that with other stuff, like Case Closed, for example, Detective Conan. I would love to collect that series. But single volumes? No, give me 3-in-1s. That is the way to go, I think. Hunter x Hunter, phenomenal series. This one continues the Hunter exams and introduces some of the key characters that will shape the story later on. So this one collects volumes 4, 5, and 6, and I believe volume 3 of these 3-in-1s is coming out soon. So that is really cool. We're gonna have this collected in no time. Well, here we are. the series technically finished, but we have another volume here of Dr. Stone. This is volume 27. A good, awesome surprise. I read this on the Viz Media app, and it was such a fantastic send-off to these characters. A perfect epilogue set after the main series' conclusion. This one introduces some potential time-traveling elements. And I know that sounds weird, but not impossible for a series like this. Obviously, towards the end, it's made pretty clear that the creative team can come back at any point and write more chapters and continue the story. I'm not asking for super long continuations, but if down the line they want to do like a 5-chapter arc and keep us updated with these characters, I wouldn't be opposed to it. Freya and Beyond Journey's End, Volume 13. Now I have to admit, I am super behind on this series, but I love it enough that I'm confident in getting these volumes without reading them right away, because I know when I get to them, I'll love the series all the way through. I've only read, I believe, the first 5 or 6 volumes. So much stuff out there to read, right? But definitely enjoy Freya, and having more volumes and stories with these characters is always great. Steel of the Celestial Shadows Volume 5. I think I'm either 1 or 2 volumes behind on this. This is a phenomenal series as well. I hope this gets an anime, a stylized one at that, not something half-assed, because the storytelling is fantastic, the characters and the art really lends itself to some wonderful animation. So I hope that happens in the future. I definitely read Steel of the Celestial Shadows. This is a unique, magical samurai manga that is worth your time. And we close out the video with Inio Asano and Mujina Into the Deep Volume 2. I really enjoyed Volume 1. I don't know how much I can show from this second volume here, but it is typical Asano with, well, I guess leaning more towards the violent side of things, with the nature of Mujina not being declared normal citizens. So the lengths that they go through to acquire, I guess, their status leads them to some dark scenarios. This one is definitely not for everyone. It can be an acquired taste, but I do think it is worth checking out, worthy of being in the Asano bibliography, right? So super excited to have Volume 2. I think Volume 5 was recently announced or recently came out in Japan, so we are super quick to catch up with this series. That's always great, but kind of sad because then we're gonna be stuck waiting for a while. So there it is, folks, another haul video in the can. Thank you all so very much for joining, watching, participating here by commenting down below. Hit the like button, share the video, all that fun stuff. I would appreciate it immensely. You can follow me on social media, you can join my Discord, or you can become a channel member. Any of those options will be great, and I will be forever thankful that I have you here on this channel. Thank you once again. God bless, stay safe out there. I will catch all of you on the next one.